back knee comes down, left foot off to the left, and see if you place your forearms down. And again, optionally, we're gonna try this out. Press the top of the back foot down and lift the back knee. If that doesn't work out, you want to tuck your back toes, you can, but try using your back quadriceps here. Then you can work the front leg in and out. And this is actually a bit of a rotation at the thigh bone. You're going outward rotation when the knee goes out here, inner rotation when the thigh rotates inward towards the chest, right? Getting these rotations down changes the articulation at the hip joint, but it really changes what muscles are strengthening and what muscles are stretching. So you want to gain control of these movements. Okay, place the back knee down. If you can, if it's feasible, possible, your right elbow goes to the right and stays down. But for many of you, you're going to have to come upright before you grab your back foot for a thigh stretch. For others of you, it's going to be more comfortable to be down here. Okay, release the thigh stretch. Hanumanasana, there's two ways really you can think about it. It's either a deep stretch for the back hip flexors or deep stretch for the hamstrings or both. So what I'm going to suggest is we first wiggle the left leg internally, externally, internally, externally until it's straight. And now you have a bolster underneath you. If you're more upright, this is going to be more of a hip flexor stretch. If you're more bowed forward, it's going to be more of a hamstring stretch. For now, let's stay more upright and put our weight into blocks. And if this is too much to have your hands on blocks, put your hands on two chairs, not rolly chairs, though that would be a disaster. So what you can do to pull back in, because we always want to contract inward to start, is press your left heel down and back knee down and drag them toward each other. Now, if you want, you can activate your back quads and lift your back knee up off the ground and pull the 2 feet toward each other. Left heel presses down. You see my mat starting to scrunch up because I'm pulling the left heel back. Okay, so I'm dragging backwards, making sure that my hamstrings are involved in this. Now you could rotate the thighs inward a little bit more and do the same thing. And this will be more adductors of the front leg participating in the dragging inward. You could also rotate the legs outward a little bit more as if you're going to go to open splits and drag inward. Now the back inner thighs will activate more if the back hip is opening, and the front outer hamstrings and gluteus muscles will start to participate. So this rotating the thighs internally and externally, and then come back to neutral and take a moment of relaxing into the posture. And then the technique that I use when I'm relaxing a little bit is I move a little side to side. By the way, I'm not relaxing in my arms. I'm still supporting myself, so I'm not falling into my flexibility. And of course, I have the bolster underneath me as a fail-safe. Now, if you want this to be more hip flexors, you stay more upright. You want to go more into the hamstrings, you start to bow forward more. To come out, you could, of course, walk your hands back, or you can lean to your side, and your feet will probably come out nicely. So the idea here is you can go like so. See, for me, that feels quite nice. And if I lean forward more towards the front thigh, that gives me a little bit more access to my fullest range of motion. Now you notice I don't suggest going as far down and deep as I just did and pulling back in, but go to a moderate amount where you can pull back in and slide in and out. Now what I'm doing now is, instead of holding and sustaining and rotating and moving this, is I'm just letting the body kind of move in like a dance. You don't have to sustain it anymore. You're just kind of, here, this might be more realistic, like this, right? Just a little bit like that.